Hey, what's going on here? Ryan from Set the Pace, Triathlon.com, doing a quick little Facebook Live just to talk about some of the last minute stuff. I know everybody kind of posts once in a while that they're not seeing the information, so maybe this will help you out. Just looking at the email, going through it actually answers some of the questions because a lot of people have questions about swim warm-up and athlete shuttles and stuff like that. So Ironman sent out an email a couple days ago specifically talking about warm-up for the swims. So right now they're not doing any warm-ups for the race. They're not allowing, maybe they'll allow us to get in for a little bit before the swim, but with COVID pandemic rules and mitigation factors and all this, we may not have an opportunity to do a warm-up swim before the race even starts. But looking at Gray's Lake, it has a beach area, and I've seen mentions of swimming areas, and I think people have mentioned in other groups, but more than likely you're going to be confined to, it's probably like a roped off little area, and that's not much for swimming. It's just for people to kind of play in the water and stuff. So I think at Gray's Lake you could get in the water and pay and kind of hang out, but I doubt there's going to be much availability to really get a good, really swim in. But they said that the Wellmark YMCA has a $15 a day guest pass for Ironman athletes. So you can go in there 9:30 to 1 p.m., 501 Grand Avenue, and go in there and get some swimming done in the YMCA if that's something you want to do. Get a little bit of water time in. Personally, you know, I'm coming down Friday afternoon, and the race is on Sunday, so I'll do my last swim before I hit the road because, fortunately for me, I'm a 3-hour drive away. It's not that big of a problem, but it's there if you need it. And then athlete shuttles, it's been a big question. So they're going to have a transition, or a shuttle to take you from the finish line to the transition area because it's a little bit of a distance from Cowles Commons post-race to Waterworks Park is where the transition's at. And it's going to be for athletes only, so if your spectators are there at the finish line, they're watching you finish, they're not going to be able to ride the shuttle. So they're going to need a way to get from the finish line back to the transition area if they're going to pick you up or whatever. So make sure that they're aware that they're not going to let them on the buses. Masks are going to be required, so I think most of us do. I'm doing the race too, so I think at the finish line, the last thing we're going to be thinking about T2 is grabbing a face mask to have at the finish line. So they said that they will provide them, and they're required on the shuttles. So that's just the mitigation stuff and things. You know, let's play by the rules and make sure everything flows nicely. Let's not get into problems with that. Or you could walk. I think it's under 2 miles, maybe. It's maybe not 2 miles, maybe closer to 1. It's not that far away if you wanted to just get a cool down walk and walk with the family and stuff. It is, depending on which forecast you're going to go with, it's either 90 degrees or 70 degrees. You know, it's looking to be warm. So at the end of the day, it's warm here in Kansas City, but we've got major humidity. I think once you get up a little bit north in Des Moines, you're not going to have as much of a problem with humidity. It's going to be warm, probably going to be sunny. Hopefully, cross our fingers, no rain to deal with. But keep in mind, so those are the two things that they addressed. Swim location and where you can do practice swimming. They're giving you an option of the YMCA. They're not going to, like I said, I think the swim beach at Grays Park, they're not going to let you swim outside of the swim beach area if you can get into the swim beach area. And I think the swim area in the water is going to be roped off if it's like anything around here, and you're probably not going to be able to really get swimming done. Now, if you want to go in and just kind of float around and get your wetsuit in there and just try it out, maybe it's an opportunity for you. But YMCA and then the athlete shuttle after the race, they're going to hand you a mask. They're going to have them there for you, but they're for athletes only to ride from the finish line back to transition to get your stuff. So those are the important emails that just came out. Important updates for the race here in 2021. I know I'm excited to get up there and get racing. They've got other like spectator viewing locations and kind of ideas for that. You can look at the maps and everything and find out maybe a good spot to catch your athletes and stuff. The run's kind of around the Grays Lake. So there's plenty of, I think, opportunities for people to either kind of be there at the lake or be in different areas along the race path because it kind of finishes in the downtown area. But you know, stake it out, find a good place, and if you haven't picked your check-in time, check your emails, checkactive.com, and go in, and there's a place for check-in times and merch. Pick it there. And if you think you're going to qualify for the World, 70.3 Worlds in Utah, in St. George, you need to go in there and select that if you have not qualified and that you want to be available for qualification. You have to go in there and pick those, or else if you have a slim chance, I think there's 150 slots or something open for the race, but if you want your opportunity, even in roll down, then you need to make sure that you go and pick that option that you want the opportunity to sign up for 70.3 World. So you got to make sure, I just got my email today, and I think it's generated from the race in active.com, and you have to go to active.com in your profile to pick that. You edit your information, you pick the things about 70.3 World Championships. Don't change anything else. So check your emails. They should be coming out. Make sure you're paying attention. Make sure you're getting this stuff squared away. In the email from the race was your QR code that you're going to need when you do your check-in. They're going to scan. You just have it on your phone. They're going to have an iPad there, and they'll scan it, and they'll check you in. Try to stick to the times that you selected to come in and do check-in. Just trying to help spread everybody out throughout the day, which I think I did at Ironman Tulsa. It worked out great. It's not just throngs of people. And then you go through the merge tent, and you have some space and stuff, and it's, aside from the whole social distancing thing, it's kind of nice not being crammed in like sardines and being wall to wall with people and having to wait forever for your check-in times and long lines out in the sun, that type of thing. So try to stick to your check-in times. Check your emails. You should have your QR code for your check-in times if you pick that. If you haven't, go pick it. And then they're sending out information about the race, about warm-up swim locations, that they're not going to have any at Grays Lake, and that they're doing athlete shuttles after the race to get you back to transition from the finish line. So those are the quick little updates that I saw that coming out, and I just want to make sure that you guys are staying up to date on that kind of stuff, checking your emails and staying on top of stuff. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking forward to being out there next Friday and racing on Sunday, and we'll see you guys out there.